so yeah, the system say go. Three lights green, watch the money flow. Don't guess, don't stress, let it show. Green light, take the trade and blow.
What's good? What's good, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah. Had the London go short right here. I gotta fix the wording, make sure that's on the panel. I gotta fix that. Make sure it's on the panel. But yeah, had the London go. And we knew that. Had the double top reversal on gold on the 15 right there. Man, that thing was out of here. Out of here. I knew when we was talking yesterday, remember we was up here. I like, man, we got the switch up here. I said, we got the switch up here. I said, we got the yellow with the switch. This was yesterday. All right. This was yesterday evening, right? This was yesterday evening. We had the yellow with the switch. And then that thing, I was just waiting for just waiting for price to just confirm and finally break structure right here. Notice how well it ended up breaking right here. It had the perfect retest right there, and it just dropped off the cliff. Then for London, it just finished the job. All right, so on the 1 hour, so hold up real quick. So on the 15-minute, y'all, we got the strong short. It's saying get ready for the short. We got two green lights. However, on the 1 hour right here, we can definitely pull back. All right, we can definitely pull back and pull back right up here to the blue magic, All right, to the blue magic. Y'all don't have this yet, but it's something that we're gonna be releasing to y'all sometime this week. All right.
I was about to say, I said, what's the little blue arrow going on? Hold on.
Right, me too. I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't previous day.
I had to zoom in. I zoomed in so crazy right now. I said, what is that?
Hold on, man.
Crazy zoom.
He said, hold on, what's that?
I zoomed
What's
in
that?
instantaneously.
Yeah. So yeah, this is something. Yeah, we're gonna be releasing to y'all, and we should definitely
Frank Lucas.
That Frank Lucas, the blue magic. All right, the blue magic, and we come right here, and this is gonna work really well. All right, this is gonna work really well. So, kind of as an introduction, basically how this kind of works is let me get my where did my what do you call it go? My favorites. I don't know. It'd just be disappearing, and then it just pop up somewhere on the screen. All right. I don't know. All right. So let me move this over. And then let's go to it. All right. So like last night. All right. Last night, we were definitely right here. All right, we were definitely right here, and then the market ended up, especially right in the zone too, right? So it's like this lines up, and then you get it near the golden zone. You guys are gonna know exactly, like, okay, that's exactly where I'm gonna take my sell from. Like we're gonna take the sell exactly from right there. Golden zone was actually a little bit higher. It adjusted itself a little bit. All right, so I'm anticipating us pull back, get a back up in this area, in this vicinity. All right, do a retest and then drop. All right, so we could definitely push from this demand zone. Now, this demand zone, notice this demand zone is a fresh retest right here. This is a fresh retest on gold on the H1 time frame. So I'm looking for gold to actually push back up. All right, I'm looking for gold to push back to the upside. Really wish I had my favorites tool. Hold on. Drawings. Where's my favorites? It's hiding on me. I don't know where it went either. It just disappears. I don't know. All right. So I am anticipating. Let me get my path tool then. I am anticipating this move here, and then come down, and then drop. Now, as you can see right here, all right, The blue magic was right there. We ended up getting a nice drop on that last 4 hour. It's the first candle red, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. First candle red. Now notice it tapped that and then started actually pulling back off of that aggressively hard. If we look on the, all right, we hit that, started getting that reaction, but I am looking for us to push back up. All right, push back up probably a little deeper. But the moment price gets back below and you're already with the strong lean, even if it slightly goes above like this, all you're gonna do is you're just gonna wait till you get candle closure right back below there, and then boom, you're gonna take the sell. All right, you're gonna take the sell. All right, you're gonna take the sell. Let's look at YM. Okay, let's go to 15 minutes. Let's look at YM. Look, I had the blue magic right here last night. Look, you had the switch going down, and then it had the reversal right here. Had the reversal, that thing turned green, got a retest right off the blue magic and took off. Like now you guys are gonna know like where your reversal is gonna be at. That's gonna be the point. Where where's my reversal gonna be at? Where's my retest? So price is up here, something like that. Yeah, we're gonna pull right back to this blue magic line, and then we're gonna push to the upside. All right. So I showed you the sell side. That breaks, gives a nice retest right off of there, and then now we're gonna push right to the upside. All right, we're gonna push right to the upside. So YM was a phenomenal move. And then right here, so not only did this turn green, it had the reversal, turn green, and then with that blue magic, with the blue magic line right there, all right, you gonna know because right here, it had to lean long, but you were in a level of supply. You wouldn't have been second guessing yourself. Like, should I actually take the buy? Should I not? No, you're going to take the buy, right? You're above that blue magic line, all right? You get that retest, that fresh retest, green, you going. No questions. You going. Where are we going to? All right, where are we going to? Look, y'all, I had this all drawn up for y'all yesterday. This YM trade, I had this all drawn up. Couldn't send it to y'all. Because my phone was tripping. I didn't see that it actually did this until late last night. That YM trade was for y'all yesterday. I couldn't get it to y'all because my phone was tripping. All right, but down here it adjusted itself, but we had the reversal right off the blue magic, and then I was targeting levels of structure here, and that hit, and then reversed hard as ever. All right, so now. We're above the previous day high. I'm anticipating YM do a nice retest. I do a nice retest of this previous day high. We'll see if we can actually hold because we already, all right, rejected from this level yesterday. So today on YM, I'm looking for a pullback right in this vicinity, do a nice retest, and then a continuation on YM. Let me go up on the time frame. Okay, so we got. And then you can see it here on the 30-minute too. So ended up right here in that zone. All right, had the yellow man, had the switch with the reversal. It came down, retested that line perfectly, and then took off. And then that's where you guys gonna put your entries right off that line. All right, right off that line to the up. All right, to the up. And then we're gonna target these highs here because that's where it's going. All right, we're going to target those highs right there. So we're going to go to 53, 58. How much room we got? Let's see how much room we got. Now, obviously, we're not going to take this trade right here. All right, but that's 175 points. Okay, so I'm looking for a pullback. I'd like us to get a pullback in this section here. All right, back down to this level of structure right here at 747, and then ride up there to 53.058. We already got the lean long here. All right, no trade yet. That's because price is still currently above. All right, so we are looking for a pullback. Let's go to the 4 hour real quick. Yeah, so I'd like this to pull back slightly. All right, we got 38 minutes left. 38 minutes left. So I'm anticipating this the first look. What do we know? So we already had the yellow man right here. All right, we already had the yellow man. Let me move this slightly over. All right, we already had the yellow man right here, and you know it was the buy because, all right, you got the signal right underneath that candle, so you know the direction. All right, this wasn't for the sell. This was saying warning for the buy. This ended up doing a pullback, and then you got the switch right there. You got the switch breaking this upper trend line, all right, by the way, breaking that upper trend line that I have drawn for y'all that we talked about, all right, on Saturday. All right, breaking that upper trend line, breaking above, and then this is the first green candle on this 4-hour time frame. All right, and that looks fantastic. All right, fantastic. So even right here on the 4-hour, even off a 4-hour time frame, it was giving you that indication right here. All right, on that, and then now that thing is up. Okay, so but again, we're gonna target these previous highs up here, so we still got some room that we can still push. Y'all already know how I feel on the forex side. Let me see, 52,734. Y'all already know. I've been talking about 54,600, and we going there. All right, look right here on the line. We have the switch up. Yes, you would have took some drawdown for sure. All right, and then had the reverse on that thing is up. All right, and then that thing is up. And then that thing is up. We got the strong long on the forex side on US 30. Okay, we just need a pullback for real. That's it, because we're way above here. So we just need a pullback. Get a pullback, and don't let you come down here. All right, don't let you come down here, and it'll give you the actual price points too. So now you'll know where your price point is. You can set your limit right at that price point, and then or if it gets near it or something like that, and you want to like that's close enough, you can enter. All right, but let's dissect. Let's look. Let's see what we got. Oh, what was that? Hold on. What time frame was that? Okay, 30-minute on ES. Look, we got the yellow man. We got the switch with the double bottom. With the double bottom. With the double bottom. All right, with the double bottom. I'd like a pullback, man. If we can get a pullback, okay, to 74.40, it's giving it to you right here. All right, it's giving it to you right here, right there, and then we go, and then we can target. You know where your target is. It's already giving you that level of supply up here, level of supply, and that's gonna look really, really good. Okay, level of supply on ES on that 30-minute time frame. And that previous day high is up here at 75.24, right at the top of that supply zone. All right, so I'd like a pullback, man. If we can get one on ES, that would be a fantastic setup. All right, let's see. We can get this pullback. If we can get this pullback, y'all, up in this area right here, this gonna be a phenomenal trade right here on ES. We'll just put that like that, and then you can target this pullback zone if you like right here. I already got that line drawn at 74.73. That could be a TP1, and then a final TP up there. All right, let's see if we can get this pullback on the open. Okay, pullback on the open. So this would be a buy limit. All right, that'd be a buy limit, y'all, for my new folks. That'll be a buy limit. All right, that'll be a buy limit. Come on down this way, and then we get that push because we already broke structure here. All right, so price already broke structure. I like that. We already broke structure, so let's get this pullback. Structure break, had a nice structure break. We already broke structure here as well. All right, so now we just need some commitment. We need some commitment. Come back below, give us a nice retest, and then we're going. So on ES, you're going to look for the longs on ES. All right, that pullback. We got 5 minutes to open. 5 minutes to open. Okay, I like that. Let's look at NQ because I don't think I did NQ. NQ, where's NQ at? NQ's right on the line. All right, right on the line. Lean short. Got the lean short on the 30-minute time frame sitting right here at and the blue magic sitting right in the zone. All right, right in the zone. Let's go 4 hour. Let me see that. Okay, 4 hour. It's retesting that. I'm looking for NAS to fall off the cliff. Like I said, we got the reversal candle too. Look, you got the A1 setup already right there on this candle. This is a nice pullback. That's valid, right? Retest that level of demand back to the zone. All right, and then falling off the cliff. All right, let's fall off the cliff. Let's fall off the cliff, Nas. Again. Again. Let's fall off the cliff. All right, let's fall off the cliff. We can still head down. Let me go to 1 hour. Let me see my 1 hour structure. All right, it's already starting to sell too, y'all. It's already starting to sell below that level. Let me go 4 hour. I'm going to need a 4 hour. I'm going to need a 4 hour. And notice right there, it was a retest of that 4 hour as well. Hold on, let me get it. Let me get it. I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this line down eventually. All right. Price is above that green line for sure. All right, we retested there. Definitely, we most definitely did. And then we could definitely come down. We already hit TP1. We already know that. All right, and then we could target this level. I don't even know what this blue line is. It was probably something that I did on our market breakdown, but we could definitely target down here. Now this is a bigger trade too. So on the prop accounts, I know we ain't gonna be able to hold. We ain't gonna be able to hold that. All right, on the prop, we ain't gonna be able to hold that. But look, we already starting to get the sell off right there. All right, and you get that candle closure right there. You guys in the trade. All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Get that candle closure. You in the trade. Hey, already with the A1 set up, sell zone. Yeah, come on, give us the drop. Give us the drop. Okay. Give us the drop. Y'all know at open, it'd be trying to do some wild stuff. All right. You know at open, it'd be trying to do some wild stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to push up. All right. It already retested the supply zone too. So retest that level of resistance right there with the reversal candle coming off that level. All right. So I like every bit of NQ continuing to the down. NQ continuing to the down. That's the setup. All right, we can get rid. We ended up hitting TP1 on this one. That smash, and it did a pullback. So this one is still going, and then I can give y'all another one. All right, if you're not in the trade, if you're not in the trade, we can look for this one right here. All right, we can look for this one. We already got the A1 set up, and that looks good. All right, A1 set up. Let's see YM. See YM can give us a pullback. All right, gold. Did gold push off that level? Let me see. Gold's trying to. All right. And you're already starting to see warning. All right. Signs of warning down here at a level of demand valid. Okay. So when you was asking me, could we buy off this level? I'm not necessarily saying a full on buy because we're starting to break some structure. We are at this level of demand here. All right. And the fact we're turning over to red, if anything, we can just fall and we can come on down here next to 39.80. Y'all know how I feel though. 3,500. I got that marked. I think I got that marked. 3,500. Let me go to the daily. All right, 3,500. All right, that's right there too. So even on the daily time frame, that candle closure right back below here, right back below 40.17 on the daily. Yeah, that thing is out of here. Cooked. All right, and then we can definitely target 39.23. It'll be swiped right below. So I'm looking for gold probably to continue and fall off because it definitely needs a breakout because it's been consolidating. So a big move on gold is coming. This is a lot of consolidation. That's a lot of built up pressure. And this is a lot of alerts are going off. Okay. We're at open. I'm going to go really quickly. All right, so I already got that line there, so I'll just draw it across, okay? So we already have like this triangle forming, so it's building up pressure. So the more and more it just keeps getting this way, it's getting tighter and tighter, and it's gonna break out one way or the other. Okay, let's go NAS. Hold on. Let's go NAS. I'll come back. Oh, what was that? Hold on. We had the double top. Was that on the 4-hour opening sell? All right, had the opening sell right there on. Okay, that was the daily. All right, that was the daily with the double top. All right, double top. All right, and then that's the play right there. Then that's your trade right there. All right, that's your trade coming right off the golden zone. I'm looking for this to drop on NQ again. All right, it's already telling you get ready for the short, y'all. Lean short on NQ on the 15-minute time frame. All right, we already got the A1 coming right off of there, and then that's your trade. Look, it went right up there, rejected right off the blue magic. Right off the blue magic, and we looking for that thing to push on to the downside. All right. Push on to the downside. Look at that. It's gonna be no question. It's gonna be no question if, man, do I need to take this sell or not? How many clicked the button? Did y'all click the button?
And the answer is
I
yesterday,
did.
brother.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
We
what I'm
talking about
talking about.
NQ?
Yeah. NQ. Yeah. So right there. So we're gonna look to swipe liquidity. All right, we're gonna look to swipe liquidity right here. Swipe, close. We need candle closure below this level of structure though, for sure. All right, I grabbed the wrong tool. Hold on, I grabbed the wrong tool. All right, we're gonna look for candle closure below here, and then we're gonna just fall off the cliff. All right, fall off the cliff. We're gonna fall off the cliff once we break structure right here. All right, once we break structure. All right, we already did the retest right here. All right, already did the retest, so now it can start creating that lower low right there. All right, ES, let's see. ES, look, ES done came down. All right, ES done came down. Tap right there. Okay, got the lean long. Let's see. Let's see what ES does. Okay, let's see what ES does here. Let's see what ES does. ES makes me a little nervous because it's just barely trying to come out of this overbought state. All right, it's just barely trying to get out of this overbought state. So ES could fall off the cliff, and then it tends to follow NQ. All right, it tends to follow NQ. There goes NQ. I know y'all up. All right, y'all up. All right, NQ just falling off. All right, NQ falling off. I know some of y'all are close to passing y'all props too, so finger on the trigger. Finger on the trigger as far as being able to close. All right? Obviously, you don't want to, go too over of what you're supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be a good trade. Let's see. A TP1, we can go to the bottom of that box if you guys want to. A TP1 on that. That'll be 27,839. 27,839. But I believe we should break through there. Okay. ES, let's see. We're already starting to get that rejection, y'all, right there. All right, starting to get that rejection. We got the lean long. But again, the only reason I would be hesitant on ES is just because it's like already flagging warning with us actually coming out of this overbought state. But I do like it right here. I do like it, and I do trust it. It would be like a situation where it's like, you know what? It's either, oh, I didn't want to do that. It's hidden or it ain't. All right, I'm not worried about losing trades. You just come in, use proper risk management, and we end up getting right back on them. Okay, y'all know how I go. All right, y'all know how I go. So, all right, there we go. All right, so yeah, that on ES, we already got the lean long. No lights though. All right, no lights on there. I would like obviously 2 out of 3 if we can get it, 2 out of the 3. But and they're saying chop stand aside, so system doesn't like it currently. All right, system don't like it currently. Let's look at gold. Let's see what gold's doing. Come off that 1 hour. All right, that's going to be the key point, is the 1 hour. So if you're watching gold, you pay attention to this 1 hour time frame for right now, because we're coming right here off this fresh retest. So we should get this push. I mean, it's trying. All right, it's trying. It's rejecting this golden zone, but and it's having a hard time. All right, it's having a hard time. And we're right at open too. Okay, we're right at open. So I am looking for that pushback to the upside. We'll see. Gold is acting a little slow today. YM, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Fire. Okay, this ended up pushing. So this ended up changing. When did this change? Hold on. Let me get my replay. Hold on. Let me get my replay. Let me see, when did this change? Because it'll change by the session. All right, it'll come in, change by the session, and show you where the most volume's coming in. Okay, so right here. Okay, so if we end up getting a retest, YM is actually gonna end up doing a deep pullback. All right, a deep pullback, YM. All right, YM is gonna mess around and go short. YM is gonna mess around and go short. All right, YM is gonna mess around and go short. Let me get my YM come back. Mute yourself for me, bro, please. YM is gonna come back and actually, thank you. YM is gonna come back, do a retest of that 52,868 and do a pullback. All right, a deeper pullback on YM. All right, before we actually get that push. The fact that it pushed this up here above price, yeah, we get that retest right there at 52,868, and then this is gonna be your level, and then that's gonna flip. All right, it's gonna flip to the downside and do a deeper pullback. That 4 hour candle, we only got 23 minutes left. I don't anticipate it going too crazy, but that's gonna be YM more than likely is gonna sell off from there. All right, there we go. NQ, there we go. NQ, that's what I'm talking about. NQ. Beautiful. Had the lean short, had the A1 set up. This was perfect. All right, this was for sure by far the favorite this morning. Everything was right there. The A1 setup. All right, the Blue Magic was sitting right in that zone for y'all with the lean short. All right, Arias, you click that button. Where Arias at? Arias, you click that button. Arias. My boy. You better have clicked that button, my boy. All right. Better have you better have clicked that button.
Hey, Steve, real quick, where's that TP on Nasdaq again?
A one or the final?
The final one.
We can go down here to we can go. I gave the one yesterday or today.
Yeah, I still got the final from yesterday.
Okay, 619 for today.
Okay, cool.
619. Yeah. 619. Arius ain't tapping in. Arius ain't clicked that button, bro. I'm about to call you, bro. There we go. Got that nice drop. Got the drop. Giving us the drop we deserve. All right, giving us the drop we deserve. And then
Thank you, boss man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You how close are you to passing now?
Shit, after I clicked this, probably about 2 more hundred. Gold took me down a little bit yesterday.
Gold did? I know
yeah,
gold.
A little bit.
Right.
It was choppy. I pushed this button. I made about 400 on this place, so that'll put me back good.
That's good. Yeah, gold has been choppy too, bro. So like, look right here. This daily is just terrible, right? This right here is just terrible. So this up and down, we've been getting smoked lately because of this daily. This daily low key is still in consolidation. So we really need a structure break. Like we really need this break on gold below this 39.77. Like we really, and that's a big range, but from a big
gonna come though.
Yeah, from a big perspective, we need this break right here at 39.78. We need that. We need this low so that way it can pick its direction. The moment it picks its direction and breaks, then we're gonna be looking really, really good. Then the trades is gonna be a little easier. But when it's in consolidation, you tend to potentially lose more just because the way the setups it's looking like on a lower time frame is breaking structure down just for it to pull back and then now reverse the opposite way. So once we break on a higher time frame, we're going to be looking really, really good to the upside. So yeah. And then on the daily, it's right here at that level. So even right here below 40.17, y'all, on gold candle closure on today, yeah, we're going to fall off the cliff. Let's go NQ. All right. Ooh, that thing bleed.
I think TP1 just hit.
TP1 just hit, y'all. TP1 just hit. Y'all run it up in the chat. W's in the chat. Run it up in the chat because they should be on.
I think TP1 was that was from yesterday. What you gave yesterday night, that day, right?
I just say this to you now. TP1
yesterday evening.
Yeah, TP1 yesterday hit. I don't even where I put that one. That's so many problems. I don't even remember. There we go. I'm talking about Angel. That's what I'm talking about. Running it up. That's what I'm talking about. NQ just nicely just now. Where my fire emoji at? There we go. There we go. All right, look at this drop. All right, YM drawn off. I would love a retest back up there. All right, with YM, I would love a retest. Give it to us. Vicky, give it to us, and then man, let's say I don't want us to trade or nothing like that. It's not. All right, we can stay right over here on NQ. Everything is there. We got the strong short. We have the lights and everything like that coming off the golden zone with the A1 setup. Them is the best trades that you could take. Now we're just adding the blue magic to sweeten the deal right off that golden zone. And then we looking for the drop. As you can see, how many points was that? Just now? All right. That was 185 point drop, 185 point. I'm telling you. And that's all you need, especially on the prop, depending on what your unit size is. All right, depending on what your unit size. Now, me, I always got to be cautious because I come in with some more units. All right, I come in with some units. All right, behind. So I always be having to hurry up and close the trade. All right, or I just got to have the limit set so it ensures it takes me out. But a lot of time I'm always doing market execution. I'm not doing limits, so I don't usually set my whole entire order up. right then and there, especially if I want a certain price point. Y'all know, if I say get in right now, so I'm always market execution. I'm not limit anything really. So once you got the order already in there, you can't, unless you have it preset and do everything beforehand, there's no way to know exactly like, okay, I could take it right here and then, now I can make this or whatever. Yeah, I always got to be cautious. You got to be cautious with that. But this is a phenomenal move, y'all. That's a phenomenal move. I hope all of y'all click this button for real. All right. I hope, I know some are quiet, but I hope y'all click this button. All right. I hope y'all click that button. Aaron, you click this button? I didn't even see you down there, bro. I had to see who was on this call. Aaron, you better have clicked that button, bro.
445 profit, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. 445. That's what I'm talking about.
Start my day. Y'all have a good day.
All right, you too, brother.
All right.
Back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right. Aaron?
Yeah, I pressed the button.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
The button. Yeah.
You don't sound too happy,
Steve,
bro.
you sound like you about to put this man on punishment if he didn't press the button.
Aaron is on punishment. If Aaron don't click the button out of everybody on NQ, Aaron's on punishment. All right. No, I'm just kidding. That's my man's. No, I'm just kidding. But it's like that's a phenomenal move. I want to see Aaron win. You know what I'm saying? Especially on NQ. NQ and Naz has done my man dirty so many times, and he need his lick back. All right. He need his lick back. So that's why. All right. Naz done him dirty too many times. Too many. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Ooh, we look at that boy. Cooked him.
You're gonna feel like
What
a
you
championship, boys.
What you got? You cooked them last night too. Funded. You cooked them last night. You cooked them last night, bro. You cooked them last night. And you hit them again today.
I heard you. I'm working right now at the same time, trying to make money while I'm making money,
There you go. There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I love to see it, bro. I love to see you kill. Because I know you've been at this for a little while too. So I like to see the folks have been at this for a little while. It finally starting to click, and y'all can start getting some consistent wins, consistent profits. So that way y'all can just turn consistently profitable. So that's what I like to see, bro. That's what I like to see. That's good stuff. Like to see it. I like to see it. So yeah, right now y'all don't have this yet, but don't you worry. All right, don't you worry. All right. You're going to have it sooner than later. All right. Sooner than later. Sooner than later. All right. But this is the first look. There go to opening sell. That's the yellow man with the down. All right. On NQ, that's already showing us to the downside. Trend wait for the pullback. But on the 15-minute, man, we still going to bleed. We still going to bleed, y'all. YM. Let's see if YM can show some love. Get on up there and do that retest. If it just so happens to retest, it's selling from up there. All right, 52,868. But I'm not. If you're on your prop, it ain't no need to even mess with YM. All right, ain't no need to mess with YM. All right, ain't no need to mess with YM. And this is doing a pullback, but it still got the lean. It still got the lean long. Just retest this level of demand on ES. So we're gonna see what's up. London actually had the opening go short right here. All right, on London on ES, but we're gonna see. All right, on ES, the moment it gets back above 74.40.50, that's gonna be your buy. All right, 74.40.50, right back above, that's gonna be your buy. If it does, but it might follow suit with NAS. I'm telling you, there we go. We about to hit full TP, y'all. Come on, give us full TP. Don't you play with it. Don't play. Don't play. Look at that. Look at that 1 hour candle. That thing is bleeding right out the zone. These are the best trades. These are gonna be y'all best trades right here. When it's lined up right in the zone and it's already giving you your direction, man, look out. Look out. All right, look out. So if you're struggling as far as like, man, should I take this sale? Is this gonna be it? You're gonna know. All right, you're gonna know, especially your direction. I always want y'all to look at your direction too. Okay. I want you to look at your direction. If it's mixed, then just let the system filter out and pick the direction. So you start getting like, let's say we were red, right? And this went mixed because it's starting to buy up. And the moment it gives you that yellow, right? That yellow candle with the switch up, and then it starts flipping. Yeah. And it's coming right off that blue magic line, and price is above it. Yeah. You're going to go that way. All right. You're going to go that way. What you say?
I said this thing pushing. We right there.
Right there. Come on. Full TP from yesterday just hit. Full TP from yesterday just hit right there. 445 points, y'all. 445 points. 445 point push. Fire. We about to hit TP today. TP about to hit on the new one. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Opening sale. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Opening sale. We hitting full TP. We hitting full TP today. Don't make me extend this thing. Don't make me extend this thing. Look, we're getting right here on the daily. Look at that. See what I'm talking about? Hey, Chris, like I said, bro, when you was on the call, you ended up like hitting the sell button. You go down. You would have went down some pips now. You would have went down almost 400, almost 500 points. But, right? But you be up 600 points.
That's fair.
See what I'm saying? Like coming in like super light. Like, I'm talking about like a 0.01. I ain't talking about like nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy because it is the daily now. You know what I'm saying? It is the daily, but we got that. We got the blue magic line right there at 27,670.50. Today we can't candle closure below here, man. That thing falling off the cliff. We going to get this 26,385. 26,385. Remember, I was telling y'all on the weekly time frame. Yeah, come on down here and let's get that. Let's get that. We're currently hitting that, so it's currently giving some signs of rejection right there. All right. So that's why you're getting that little bit of a rejection right there. But needless to say, hey, come on, Nas, give it to us. Give it to us. Give us what we need. All right, give us what we need. Give us what we need. That's what I'm talking about. Hit money, and it ain't even been 30 minutes yet. All right, ain't even been 30 minutes. It ain't even been 30 minutes yet. All right, we hitting that. We hitting that, y'all. Miss Tondra, you hit the button, Miss Tondra? You get in on NQ?
I sure did.
That's what I'm talking. Oh, Miss Tondra at work. She whispering. That's what I'm talking about. I know, Miss Tondra. I know when you whisper. I know where you at. I know you at work. That's what I'm talking
Steve,
about.
you didn't make it no better. You're gonna make her laugh at work.
Oh man, I know.
Yes.
I know.
Since COVID, I'm back in a cubicle, so everybody.
Oh, they got you back. They got you back. We trying to get you out, Miss Tondra. We need to get you out.
I know. Please come rescue me.
I know. My mama said the same thing. I see you in the group over there killing. I need to come back. Now she talking about she want to come trade again. She like, I can do that, right? She talking about she want to leave her job now. Come get some money. I'm like, yeah, okay. The older generation, man, they don't know how to not work. All right, they don't know how to not work. My mama will come visit me for 3 days and talk about, all right, I got to get back to work. I had to get back to work. I put her on the chart. She ran up from 300 to 15,000 in like a few months. But she was always withdrawing money too. Otherwise, I think she could have had a bigger account. But yeah, she was. I just taught her one little simple strategy, and she just did that religiously. And she used to be at the counter. At the counter in front of the customers talking about, ooh, I done made 800, y'all. Not even realizing she got people in front of her. So she said trading is taking too much of her time. So she ended up quitting. So that's funny. That's funny. Every time I see you at work, it reminds me of my mom at work. Trading. Excited. So she quit trading because of that. So she could focus more at work. I'm like, that's the reverse. You're doing the complete opposite, right? You're doing the complete opposite. But hey, I don't know. But yeah, we go get to it, y'all. We go get to it. We gonna get to it. We looking for this. Hold on, let me come up here. Let me see. Let me look at the 30-minute. Okay, get ready for the short on the 30. On NQ, you already know on the 15-minute, we already got our opening short. So, yeah, we're looking for this continuation. It could pull back because we just broke structure here. All right, so if it pulls back, you know what I'm saying, it's valid because we just ended up breaking structure. All right, we ended up breaking structure, so it's definitely going, you know, it could definitely come back up here, do a retest. All right, do a retest of structure and then push on down. All right. But the opening, we already got the opening sale. So if you was trying to catch another entry, wait for the pullback. All right, wait for the pullback and then look to drop off again. All right, look to drop off because the system's already telling us to go short. All right, go short for the morning. So that's going to look really good for us. Let's see what gold doing. Gold's playing around. That's a higher low right off this level of demand on the 15-minute. Came down here, did a nice retest. All right, so on gold, if gold ends up breaking structure up here at 40.34 right here, yeah, we're going to go get that. We're going to go tap that. But ultimately, if we come up here, all right, to 40.46, look for that sell right back to the downside on gold. Okay, look for the sell right back to the downside. All right, don't look to go long. I'm just saying that it can go long from this level of demand because it's a fresh retest. And notice the support that is given right here. We ain't breaking structure down. We're already getting the warnings right here. I understand we got a strong short. I get all that. And I'm not necessarily telling you to buy it. All right. But I know there's some scalpers that would take this buy. So, you know, they would look for this trade, and this would be a nice retest of structure. All right, this would be a nice retest of structure. I personally wouldn't recommend the counter. I'd rather you just go in the same direction the way the market actually wants to go. Let the pullback actually happen. All right, let the pullback actually happen. Let it get there. Once it gets there, then look to align yourself in the same direction that the market actually wants to go. All right, that's how you actually should really do it. All right, especially for my new folks. All right. Now, I know this would be an opportunity. I'm not saying that that's not an opportunity to make money from here. It's just a counter against the trend is all. All right. Counter against the trend. And a lot of times, well, if you're scalping, that's a little different. All right. If you're scalping, it's a little different because you ain't really going to be in the move that long anyway. I look at it from a very, very bigger picture. All right. I look at it from a very big picture, not from a small perspective. All right. So this little move, I'm not worried about this little move. All right. This move is what we want type stuff, right? This is where you like really run up your account. All right. And obviously those that have been with me for a little while, you know that. All right. We wait for that pullback and then we really catch a big move. And then you're just in the trade. Then you're in the trade and it's just stress free. All right. It's stress free. All right. Because then once the market is moving in that direction, you're just chilling in the trade. All right. You're just chilling in the trade. All right. You're chilling in the trade. So I would personally wait for this pullback to happen and then look to take the sell on gold. All right. I'd look to take the sell. So let it pull back because right here, it's already flagging that it's going to, that we're warning and at the demand level. And that's good. All right. That's good. 4-hour time frame. Because and in the event now right here on the 4-hour, it already rejected that at 40.35. All right, we just didn't reach it on the 1 hour, but look at that. Y'all can see the reaction right there when it did that retest. All right, we had candle closure. All right, and that's and this is what I'm saying. So them counters sometimes is just more risky because at any minute it can just drop off and just continue going because it's trending that way. So that's why I said you can just align yourself with the way the market wants to move. Want what the market wants, all right, and then and you'll find yourself a lot more profitable that way, all right. So yeah, just that pullback right off that level. I mean, that's a phenomenal move right there. All right, you're talking about well over 118. That's 100, almost 120 points. All right, almost 120 points right there. So from 35 down to 23. Okay, that's an amazing move. All right, so look for that though. But if this decides it wants to just break this structure, which it can, All right, which it can. Let's see the 15-minute. All right, which it can. Let's see if we can get that pullback though. But if it starts breaking below here, that'd be like a sell stop type situation below the lows, and then you'd be riding that in the direction. All right, it'd be a sell stop. It'd be a sell stop at the low, and then you just catching it. All right, and then you just catching it, and then you could just target. You could just target previous low. So like, let's see, probably right here at, just call it 4,000, 4,002. All right, 4,002. That'd be, once it breaks right there, that'd be a next level you could just take it to from a small perspective. All right, from a smaller perspective. All right, from a smaller perspective right there at 4,002. At 4,002. That'd be your next level. Let's see. So it'd be like that if it just wants to break that structure. If it wants to just, because this is a lower high, that's a lower high coming off the golden zone, and it could just drop. All right, it could just drop. Now, in the event, now we would want the pullback to happen. All right, but this is in the event it doesn't want to give us that pullback and it wants to just drop off. That would be the next level you could just take that trade to. All right, that'd be like a sell stop type situation, 143 point drop, and that'd be amazing. All right, that'd be an amazing move as well. All right, right off the bottom of there, take it to there, exit, you're gone. But we get this pullback, and it gives us that. This is where you're gonna look to catch that pullback from at 40.46, 40.46, and you'll look to take the sell up there. But a pullback is coming, especially the way this 1 hour is warning. Especially the way this 1 hour is warning. All right, let's look at YM. YM, look at that hard reaction. That hard rejection right there. All right. That hard rejection right off the golden zone. Now that's off the 1 hour time frame. So we are getting that push. Look, there's your retest right there. There's the retest. It pulled it down a little bit because I know it was up here. So it did pull it down a little bit. But needless to say, right there is going to be your now this is a counter. That would be a counter again, but it is flagging that it's warning. All right, that is warning. Let's look at ES. All right, ES just decided to collapse as well. And that's valid too, because on the 30-minute, let's go to, no, was it 15 or the 1? All right. Now I do like this though. On the 1 hour, all right, we are showing warning from an oversold perspective. We're in this level of demand right here. All right. And then, so like I said, we get right back above. All right. 74.39, you're going to look to take the buy on ES. So it's just the smaller time frame is just really aligning itself to align with the higher time frame. So this coming out of an overbought state is going to be really good to just push this thing higher. All right, this is a retest too. So right here on the 15-minute, you start getting above 74.36. Yeah, you're going to look to go long. And you're still green right here as well. So you're going to look to go long. Now it's out of that overbought state, so that looks really, really good. And it's going to align itself now with the 1 hour. All right, now it could align itself with the 1 hour. So we'll see. All right, but below here, you don't want to take the trade right here. All right, or you don't want to take the trade down here. We're below. All right, but we start getting back above candle closure. Yeah, you're going to look to take that on ES. All right, you're going to look to take that. Gold. No, not gold. NQ. All right, NQ. We're getting down there. It started pushing. Now it's starting to do its little pullback. But that's cool. It's to be expected. We just broke structure.
Hey, Steve.
What's up, Doc?
Hey, Steve, on the Forex side, for TP, would it be 519 instead of 619? Because I already passed that.
On right here on NAS?
Yeah.
On NAS. Oh yeah, right in the zone too on NAS. Oof. Right in the zone. Goodness. Let's see on NAS. Hold on. On NAS. Shoot. 27,403.
403. Okay, cool.
Yeah, 403. 403. If not lower. All right, if not lower, but just on a from a quicker perspective. Yeah, 403. We got the opening sale too right here, man. 403's right there, man. We got what? We got 186 points, 186 point drop. Yeah. These sales be vicious too. When the market is like really ready to sell, like, man, these sales be massive. All right. Sales be massive. Look at that daily candle. Sales be just massive. Coming right off the golden zone. We just getting a little rejection because of there. But once we get below here, man, it's ball game for Nas. I was telling y'all that already. It's ball game for Nas. We just flipped red too. Yeah. Over for Nas. All right. Let's look at gold on the Forex side. Yeah, see, gold is right here on the daily. Oh, let me come. Yeah, look, on the 4 hour, on the Forex side, gold is giving that switch right there on the 4 hour. Got the yellow man with the switch, and it's the first 4 hour candle that's flipping red right below the blue magic, right lining up on the golden zone. Is that a sell? That better be a sell zone. Yeah. Right below the sell zone right there, man, gold about to fall off. Gold about to fall off. All right, you can target previous low at 39.65 on gold. 39.65 on the Forex side right there. All right, 39.65. Oh, that's 64. 64.65, same. All right, we'll go a little tighter. Oh, that's 66. Apparently, I can't get it right on that, apparently. There we go, 65. All right, yeah, gold about to dump. Gold about to drop. All right, and we ain't even overbought yet. It's coming out of that overbought state down there. All right, yeah, gold about to drop, y'all. Gold's about to drop. I would have loved that pullback though. Man, I would have loved this pullback. Give us the pullback first. Give us the pullback before you drop. All right, at 40.45. 40.45, then go. All right, area still on here? Yeah, he is. All right.
I'm on here.
You catch NQ, bro?
Man,
I'm calling you, bro. As soon as this live is over, bro. That man.
Right, he ain't even have to say no. You already knew what was up as soon as he said, man.
I'm calling you, bro. I'm calling you as soon as this live is over, bro. I got to go get some coffee too. Yeah, on my ride over there, bro. I'm calling your phone. I'm calling your phone.
That man was like, see, what had happened was.
Exactly. That's exactly what that man was. See, what happened was, Don't tell me you walked away from your computer, bro. Don't tell me. I gave you the whole play right there. I said, man, we got the blue magic right there. We about to drop. You had the strong sale right there. It's all good. We're going to get you straight too, bro. We're going to get you straight too. I like it. We got the opening sale. So you ain't late though, bro. You ain't late though. All right. Because we can catch this. We can catch a retest on NAS. All right, on NQ. You can catch a retest, let it come back up here, retest that TP1. All right, it's got to retest there, right? We just broke structure from there, retest that TP1, and then we can look to go short. All right, it's already really giving you that is 839. 839. It's gonna pull back. We got to retest there. We got to retest there. So it's gonna pull back. It's gonna pull back. I just want to get some kind of rejection. Right, start showing some wicking, like some wicking off that level. All right, and then we'll look to, go short because the system's already given us the opening sale. All right, the opening sale. I like those calls too. Those are really good. All right, those are really good. Those are really good. So we'll wait for that, and then you can still get in. All right, you can still get in. But that was a nice move. All right, that was a nice, clean move. And you had the whole setup there too. All right, so it's just really trusting it, right? Aside from the blue magic and all that, right? Like cancel that out. You had the A1 setup. It already retested that level of supply right there. And then you had the strong short already showing. All right, and it was already getting back below that golden zone right there. All right, or back in it. And then just to sweeten the deal, that blue magic was right there. And then that thing just fell off the cliff. But we already got the yellow man showing. So let this thing just push on up, do a nice retest of structure, and then look to take it down. All right, and then look to take it down. All right, gold, there you go. Get on up there. Gold, get on up there. Or if you want to take gold, all right, gold is going to pull back too. I was saying that. I've been saying that all morning. We at this level of demand. Gold needs to pull back. Give us that 40, 46. Give us that tap, and then we dumping. And then we dumping. All right, and then we dumping. I don't even know why this is there. All right. And then we dumping. We're already coming. We need to come out of this oversold state. All right. Come on up here and give us the retest. Give us the retest so we can drop. But this London call was fire too. At the London call last night, and that thing just dropped. Breaking structure right here too. And that's what I'm saying. So we already broke structure right here. All right, we broke structure right here. We need to push on back there, but we should come a little deeper, touch that 46. All right, touch that 46 and then drop. All right, touch that 46 and then drop. All right, here come ES. ES is bouncing right off that level. All right, I want to see ES get right back above this, and then, man, look, I'm going to take ES if we get right back above there. But stay below, I'm going to just chill. All right, but stay below, I'm going to chill. Get right back above that level of structure right there, though. I'm going to look to go long on ES too. All right, but I'm going to chill on ES. I'm not thirsty to just hit the button. Like, you're going to give me what I need. Otherwise, I'm just going to chill. I'm not pressed to hit the button. All right. Like, you got to give me what I need. All right, give me what I need, and then I'll be good. All right.
Hey Steve,
What's up, bro?
if S&P does act right, what's your TP at for that?
Let's go up here, Bradley, to 75.18, or because that's a big move. Are you on the prop?
Nah, I'm on live, man.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. I'm on live. Okay, my bad, Bradley. My bad, bro. Hey, excuse me. Go to your 30-minute, Bradley, and then you'll target that level of supply on the 30-minute. You'll target your level of supply at 75.17, and that's just the bottom of the box. At that point, you might as well target the previous day high. The previous day high at 75.24. Now, if you don't have that on, you just go down to your settings. Well, hold on. You just double click on any one of the indicators and then populate the inputs, and then go on down to let's see where it's at. Go on down to levels, and it's the top box on levels. And it'll show you them liquidity lines, the PDH, PDL. All right, and you can check that on if you want it on, and you ain't got to have it on. But if you want to see it on, you can. All right. But in the event ES acts right, like I said, like ES on the 30-minute, look, we already got the yellow man. It's already got the double bottom with the switch. It's already showing on the 30-minute that ES wants to go long. Now you just waiting for it to confirm. You wait for that thing to confirm. That line is at 74.50. Blue Magic line is at 74.50 on the 30-minute. Or on the 15-minute, it's at, hold on, because the prior it's at 74.37, 74.37.50, 74.37. So you get above 74.37, you could look to go long there too. All right, and I believe we go long. We already got it went mixed because it fell down, but this 30-minute is already showing the switch. So just get yourself back above. Let it get back above, and then look to go. All right, and then look to go, and take that on up. So just be patient and let it happen. Let it come to you, and then take the trade. All right, and then take the trade. But this is a nice retest of that demand level. All right, nice retest of that demand level. It needed to do this pullback anyway. I need to come out of this overbought state so that we can push higher. All right, NQ. Let's see what we got. NQ struggling to go up there. That's okay. I ain't mad at it. If NQ just wants to fall off the cliff, I'm okay with that too. All right. I'm okay with it. All right, I'm okay with it. Go ahead and fall off the cliff. All right. All right. Push on up, gold. So Arius, this is gonna be you on gold probably, bro. Because if Nas don't give you what you need, that's cool. Don't even trip. There's gonna be something else that's setting up. You know what I'm saying? Something else is gonna be ready. Something else is gonna set up. So then now there go gold. There we go. There we go. Now give us that push. Go give us that retest. Give us that retest up there, and then let's see. All right, and then let's see. We start getting that rejection. Now, if it goes above, just chill, kind of like what I told Bradley. Let it go above. Then on that 15 minutes, start coming back below. Then, boom, you take your sell. All right, then you take your sell. I would love this golden pocket to push on up and that and the blue magic sitting right in the golden zone. That would be amazing. All right, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing if it was sitting right in it. All right, right in it. I like that better. That's why I really liked NQ this morning. All right, and here go what you call it. All right, here go YM. Okay, so you got a strong long. This on a 1 hour. All right, 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, we already got the switch. It's already came out of that oversold. So all right, 1 hour. All right, Arius, wait for the pullback. It went strong long. All right, right here, candle closure above here. We're already like right here at this previous day. You get right back above here, bro, and just go long on YM. All right, go long on YM, take it up to 53,217. 53,217. All right, 53,217. Or you could take it up here to TP1 53,058. All right.
Oh, I see that.
Yep, 58. Take it up to 58. That looks good. I think you're gonna be real good with YM. 292 points. 292 point push to the upside. All right, that's already the retest rejection off that level, and that was the retest, right? That was the retest right there. So everything is lit up green. You know what I'm saying? And that looks good on the 1 hour too. We're getting back above this level of supply on the 1 hour. We're sitting here right at the previous day high. All right, so yeah, everything is lean long, strong long at that lit up green. All right, lit up green on the 30-minute. Lit up green. So that's gonna be a good opportunity, I think. All right, and there go. Come on, Nas. There go the opening sell, the 30-minute too. There go full TP right there, y'all. Full TP hit today. That's what I'm talking about on NQ. We just smacked for another 355 points, 445 point drop from last night, and then adding another position, 355 points. Man, we are killing them. All right, and that's how we do it. All right, that's how we do it. Need these markets to act right so we can get back to how we do. All right, and we turn it up on them. All right, we turn it up on them, and that's a lot of points, y'all. That's a lot of points, especially if you're able to actually hold those. All right, especially if you're able to hold those. But that hit full TP, and we out, and we gone. All right, I ain't sending another opportunity. All right, today we done. We done because we ain't giving no profits back to the market. All right, we are done. All right, we are done. We'll be back tomorrow or this evening. All right, or this evening if the opportunity presents itself. All right, if the opportunity presents itself. All right, if it presents itself, we own them. All right, now I feel good because now I can go drive my daughter her basketball camp and I ain't got to be worried about this trade. I'm out. I'm out. So that's gonna be it for me, y'all. I hope a lot of y'all was able to make some money. Arius, I'll get with you so that we'll get you straight, and we'll take care of that, bro. But for the rest of y'all, I hope y'all clicked this button on NQ today and made some money, whether that was last night or today. And we're gonna continue to keep running it up, y'all. All right, and we're gonna be back tomorrow. As always, if you need me, holler at me. You can DM me personally if something that you need to talk about in private, or just message me in the chat. I'll be monitoring the chat all day. I want y'all to have a great rest of the day. All right, don't overtrade. Don't give any money back to the market. All right, just chill, sit on your hands, and we're going to be back tomorrow. Let's get it, y'all.